This is my Chunkman account. With a mere chunk in his possession and a dream in his heart, he began his quest to conquer the vast expanse of old-school RuneScape's landmass. He started his journey from humble beginnings in Lumbridge, but with an arsenal of custom tasks, he has faced and overcome countless challenges. His journey has taken him through the trials of total level grinding, epic quests, mysterious clues, and perilous encounters with fearsome bosses, all in order to unlock new chunks of land. Now halfway through the journey, the road ahead may be paved with even greater challenges, but with each obstacle overcome, he moves closer to his goal. So welcome to the second half of Chunkman DDK. Last episode we finished 3 tasks, which were achieving 1875 total level, finishing our last Barrows task, reaching 250 KC Barrows chests opened, and lastly we killed Vettion up to 100 KC for our 3rd Vettion task. These 3 tasks then opened up 3 new chunks, which were the very eastern chunk just below Privdinus, the Rogue's Castle in the Wilderness, and lastly, we got the Teak Tree chunk just below Castle Wars. That last chunk is a big one, as that paves the way for us to obtain the Warped Scepter. Before we can go and get that Warped Scepter, we need to do the quest, of course, so we are going to do the Path of Glufry, and for that we need to talk to King Bolren in the Tree Gnome village. After talking to King Bolren, we immediately notice this cute creature here, but we've seen that before in the previous quest. These cute creatures aren't actually cute creatures, they are sent by Glufry to spy on the gnomes. The king here does not believe us, as the cute creature has been there for quite a while and it hasn't done any harm, so we need to prove that this is actually a spy for Glufry. We want to do the same thing as we did in the Gnome Stronghold, and that's to use an anti-illusionary magic device. What King Bolren did say is that Oaknock's son, Eunoch, did have some kind of study here, just under the Tree Gnome village. As we need something elven to put into the device, we talked to Golry here in the dungeon, and he mentioned that his grandfather was in a bit of trouble when he was in the Tree Gnome village, so instead of staying in the Tree Gnome village, he went around the entire world in search for elven artifacts, and he sent them every month to Golry, and Golry just put them in his storeroom. He mentioned that in the eastern storeroom there should be something that we are looking for. In the storeroom we found a ton of these shapes that we used in the previous machine, but we also found a crystal chime seed together with Eunoch's notes, and it depicts that if we have a singing bowl, it always makes one kind of elven tool. In this case, this singing bowl makes a chime, but Eunoch was not really sure what a chime would be used for. While his father's singing bowl was way more useful as it made a crystal saw. The crystal singing that the elves do, they do not need a singing bowl. They can just make it into whatever they want, but as we only have a singing bowl, let's make a chime. And we also got a key, which is going to be for the Eunoch's machine, which is going to make sure that the illusion magic has no effect here anymore. We've now made sure that Eunoch's machine is working, so let's have a look and destroy the evil creature that Glufry is using to spy on them here. One cute creature is now an evil creature. Let's kill it. After getting rid of the evil creature, King Bolren wants us to find Glufry to make him pay for sending that evil creature here to spy on him. There is a citizen of the Tree Gnome village who is called Long Ramble, who is actually looking for the hidden city that Glufry has built for a very long time, so it might be a good idea to check up on him to see what his findings are. King Bolren didn't really know where he was, but there is a food delivery system that gets to every gnome, so they should know where he is. Gian Jr. did know the coordinates of Long Ramble, but they haven't been able to find him for quite a while. He gave us the coordinates on the map, and apparently he is somewhere just west of Castle Wars. To reach those coordinates, we will have to unlock our latest chunk, so let's just do that. And let's see what we can find there. And there we go. There's Long Ramble. Long Ramble tells us that he might have found the entrance of Arposandra, and that's because there is a waste vent here that you can get into, and that isn't all that normal as it has made this entire poison waste. There's also some things in here that makes more sense that a gnome is residing here, and that's because there are warped tortoises here. So not the normal tortoises, but something that has changed either due to the poison waste or due to Glufry's magic. But before we investigate further, let's see what the spirit tree can do for us. After having a telepathic conversation with the spirit tree and Hazelmere, he said that because of all of the poison in here, the spirit tree is disrupted from the Animae Mundi. To fix it, we would need an elven tool, and the crystal chime is perfect for just that. So let's use it on the spirit tree to heal it. And yes, there we go. It seems like the spirit tree is much healthier now. Nice little detour. We have a spirit tree really close now. Let's go on to the dungeon. We can already see a warped tortoise looking really grim with the tentacles. Also some warped terror birds. Also a gnomish creature. After a little while, we can find some terror birds that immediately attack us, and we can't go through the next gate just yet. They put up a decent fight, but they are no more. And now we can see some kind of secure door, an alarm button, and some terror birds that are actually talking to each other. They noticed us outside and pressed that red button that filled up the room with the poisonous star, I guess. And we're stuck. That's really not good. And it's filling with gas. That's really bad. And there we have Hazelmere coming to our rescue. And there we go with seed pod magic. We are back to safety at Hazelmere's house. With Hazelmere telling us that we might have to find a better way into Arposandra, together with an ominous vision, we have completed the path of Glufry. We get 2 quest points, access to the Poison Waste dungeon, which is really nice, because that's where we are going to get our warped scepter from, and then we get 4 lamps for 30k strength, 20k slayer, 5k thieving, and 5k magic XP. Let's already use them and see if we can get some nice levels or not. That's everything. We did not get a level, but that's all alright. We have finished the path of Glufry the quest, and we are a little bit closer to Arposandra. Maybe in the next quest we will have found Glufry. For now, finishing the quest means that we have finished a task we can finish on our dashboard and then pick another chunk. One interesting quest later, we have finished the path of Glufry. That will already be our 108 quest we have completed, and that also brings us up to 327 landmass chunks unlocked in total. And then back to our map. The last chunk we unlocked was of course the one just below the Poison Waste dungeon, which made sure that we could get in there. And that now means we have a part of Zulra's Shrine that is unlockable, which wouldn't be the greatest chunk as we really still need the chunk just below the Fishing Guild just to get there with all of the quests. There's still quite a few good chunks left. Let's see if we can get one. Let's pick a chunk. And that is not one of them. Another piece of Privdinus. It's a decent unlock, I guess, but it's not really doing anything for us. We cannot get there, and the entire Privdinus city is actually in an instance, so this part wouldn't be necessary to actually get in there. So in general, yeah, it's a chunk that's unlocked, a piece of landmass that is unlocked, and that's pretty much what we're after. Before we do anything else to get another chunk, I am going to go for the Warped Scepter, as it is going to be a very good item if we go and do pretty much anything that is magic related. I'm going to use a ranged set because I don't really want to tank all of them at once, as this is a multi-zone. There should be a couple of nice safe spots here, and we are actually 500k away from 99 ranged, so it is possible that we get our first 99 of the account just here, but let's just hope we get the Warped Scepter pretty quickly. And there we go, that's kill number 320. That is the drop rate of the Warped Scepter, but we still don't have it. That also means that if we have 294 more kills, so just shy of double the drop rate, we will get that max ranged level, which will be kind of nice, but I don't really want to overshoot it that much, as I still want to do other things than killing these warped tortoises. Well, I didn't think this was actually going to happen, but there we have it. We are now 99 ranged. We have been here for 606 kills without the scepter. It's kind of nice that we actually got to 99 because I really wanted to get it. Definitely when I was getting closer to the level, I wouldn't want to stop at like 1 or 2k just short of 99. But now that we've gotten it, please, warp tortoises, please drop your scepter. I really want to be finished with this. I really want to get another chunk. I don't want to be trapped here for another couple of days. Well, I was hoping I wouldn't get there, but if we kill this warped tortoise, this is going to be triple the drop rate. It's been decent money, but I've been here for 4 days, so I really just want to get the drop. I also made like 4,000 broad bolts just before coming here, and we are already down to the last 600. So I'm probably going to use up the broad bolts, and if we still don't have it, I'm probably going to use a melee setup instead, because we're already 99 ranged. Why go over even more XP if we can train our combat skills instead? Oh! Finally, we got it. Finally we can escape here. We are at kill count 1025 on the warp tortoises and 11 on the warp terror birds. Just over 3 times the drop rate, but we finally got the warp scepter. 400 broad bolts left as well. I'm so happy that this grind is over. This took way longer than I expected it to be. Before we go and use our newest scepter, you can see the clues on the ground. We've gotten 10 in total, and we have 6 with a step that we can do. So with a little bit of luck, we might get 2, but we definitely will get 1 casket, as this is 4 to 6 steps for a hard clue. So definitely that is going to happen, but let's see how many we can get here. This is going to take quite a while to just get them out of here because we're pretty far into the dungeon. There we are. 2 hard caskets, and our hard clue that we are left with has 4 steps on it, so a little bit unlucky that it is before the KBD's lair, which we do have, but we cannot get in because the entrance is on the other chunk. So sadly, we are going to have to drop this one. But in general, I really noticed that we have a lot more steps that we can do just because of all of the chunks we have unlocked. in the last like 10-20 chunks. And now that I think about it, we should take out our master clue. Let's drop that one as well. And let's first of all have a look at the collection log. We have 26 hard clues completed. Our next chunk would be at 50. We are not getting there anytime soon, so it's nice to have some passive caskets. But in general, we are looking for some chaps, some god d'hide chaps. There's still 6 pairs, so should be doable, I guess, to get 1 pair. It would be nice to get the d'hide shield as well, but I'm not really betting on that, because those are extremely rare. And the coif would also be decent, but not really that much of an upgrade. So in general, we want some d'hide legs, and we have 2 chances. Let's see what it is going to be. First casket. Well, that's really good. Zamorak Full Helm is a master clue step requirement, if I am not mistaken. So that's already 1 really good item. And another collection log slot was the Rune Plate Body Tee. Not that interesting. Okay, 1 really good item if we would get the Krill Step for the Zami Full Helm. But what is the next one? Let's see the second casket. A Black Cavalier that we apparently already have, and some junk. Seriously, we only have 14 obtained and we already get a duplicate. Yeah, Black Cavalier. Okay. The first place I want to use our scepter is going to be Scorpia. I've been wanting to go back there for quite a while now, as we have Entangles now, and that will hold the small minions for 15 seconds instead of the 10 we had with Snare. So that should be quite a big difference. And also we will not lose our runes if we die, because the staff will just hold them all. So we have some extra space in our inventory as well. With this setup, we pretty much don't lose anything. The adamant gloves can just be rebought. I have a massive amount of amulets of magic, and Book of Darkness is free to re-obtain. Same thing with the beacon ring and the looting bag. So pretty much the important items are kept on that. We currently have 25 KC at Scorpia, which means that if we get 25 more, we can get to 50, and that would be another chunk task. We already went to 25 because there are combat achievements here, which required us to kill it 25 times. That's why we are also very close to the goal already. I don't think this will take all that long to complete 25 kills, but on the other hand, it is weekend now, so if the Warp Scepter would have dropped just a couple of days sooner, this wouldn't be that much of an issue, but I guess we will have to deal with the PKers. But like I mentioned, we don't really lose anything if we die. For the Malediction Shard and the Odium Shard, we have gotten both from the Crazy Archaeologist already. So it would be nice if we can snag both of those before we get to the 250 KC task. But we still need to do Chaos Fanatic, as we have not unlocked that boss just yet. Either way, let's go and pull the lever, and let's hope the PKers aren't that active at Scorpia, as they did buff the drop table at Scorpia, so there should be a lot more PKers. Fuck me. That's my first kill. Fuck me. Well, that didn't take long. I got exactly 1 kill and we died. So much fun this boss. So much fun this weekend. I'm just hoping that we don't have that many deaths this weekend, but this is definitely a bad start. And there we have Scorpia kill count 50. And we get some Dragon Javelin heads. Not bad, but not that great either. Let's get out of here before I can conclude this task. And there we go, back to safety in a free-to-play world, as that's just the easiest way to get back. The 25 kill count we did was actually quite uneventful, except for the PKers at the very first kill. For the rest, I haven't seen anyone, but I also changed to a 1750 total world, so that might also have something to do with not that many PKers being there. Although you would think if the PKer has the total level, they would go and check there, because that's the most obvious worlds to go. For loot in 25kc, we only lost like a couple of chaos runes and we got 866k, which is actually really good. Previously, I think you would have gotten like 250k from the boss in this kind of kill count, so it's definitely much better. The loot itself isn't all that interesting. We just got a few snapdragons and quarms. We got our first torstals, and the rest of the loot isn't all that amazing. There's nothing really that we need from this loot. We were just pretty much looking for the KC and the shards, of course. So all in all, pretty nice. 50kc completed. That means we have a task completed again, and a task completed also means a new chunk. So let's go finish the task on our spreadsheet, and then let's see which is going to be the next chunk. One decent task with our new staff. We have killed Scorpia for 50kc. We still have 100 and 250 left. I don't think I'm going to go for another 50kc, but for now this was 50kc in total completed. That also brings us up to 50 total boss tasks completed and 328 landmass chunks unlocked in total. And then back to our map. The last chunk we unlocked was the southeastern chunk of Prevdinnes. Everything around it was already unlocked or unlockable, so we pretty much have one last chunk we can roll, which brings the total up to 68 rollable chunks. And there's quite a few good ones, so let's see which one we are going to get. Let's pick a chunk. Oh, okay. That's one of the good ones. Finally, we have all of the escape caves. Finally, we don't have to run around here because I was using this route to get to Scorpia. So that's already really good. It was also a standalone chunk which was unlockable for quite a while. And we have unlocked the last reworked boss of the wilderness, being Venenatis. So all in all, pretty happy with this one. It gives us a lot more opportunities to get out of the escape caves, to do the reworked worldy bosses. So yeah, pretty happy with this. I'm in a free-to-play world because I already had to hop twice for PKers and once because there was a PVMer going into the cave. So I'm really hoping that this goes well, but I kind of doubt it. We just have a crush heavy setup here with some energy potions, so if we stand in the web we aren't going to get mauled by the draining effect. We are just going for the 1kc task, so I'm hoping this doesn't take too long and I'm hoping we don't get crashed. But in general, our setup has no real item that are that important. So let's hop to a world and let's kind of hope we do it. Well, there's already a scout probably, so let's keep hopping. Okay, let's first of all unlock our chunk. There we go. And now let's go in. We can't check if somebody's in there, so this is pretty much a Hail Mary. But let's find out. Okay, it's a free world. Well, yeah. The prayer was really annoying. We just brought 2 little prayer potions, which is actually kind of crazy. But let's go back, let's visit our grave, and let's hopefully manage to get the kill. I'm not really sure if it resets or not, but we'll see. It didn't recharge its health, so this is going to be a pretty easy end of the kill. Although if we step in the... yeah, this is not great, but yeah, okay, dead. Holy shit, that was way more difficult than I wanted it to be. Let's get out of here. Alright, we did it! 1 KC Venenatis. Yeah, this was definitely not the way I was imagining it to be. Like, we had to drink more than 2 prayer potions, even with prayer preserving, with using the lower strength buffs and attack buffs. In comparison to Vettion, this was just so bad. But anyway, we got the kill. That's pretty much what we were after. I'm definitely not going to go back for another 49 kills. Maybe in a later stage if I can have a team or something, but for now, this was 1 KC Venenatis completed. Let's complete that task on the dashboard and let's pick another chunk. Alright, that was a bit more difficult than imagined, but it was a very quick task in comparison to what we've done so far. So, if we look at the tasks, we have 1 KC Venenatis is completed. That was our 51st boss task and our 329th chunk. And then back to our map. The last chunk was of course the chunk with the Silk Chasm, and everything around it was already unlocked. So that's again a chunk that does not give us any additional chunks that we can roll. So we are at 67 possible chunks. Let's see what's going to be the next. Let's pick a chunk. Oh boy. That also makes the amount of chunks that are now selected -1, but the museum camp of Fossil Island is very far off, as we pretty much need the woodcutting guild here in Zaya, because we need to get some logs from here or something for the Bon Voyage quest. So yeah, that's going to take a while before we can get here, but it's 1 less chunk we can roll, so that's pretty fine for me. And with that scuffed kill, that's going to be the end of this episode. We have gotten 2 nice milestones today, with the Warp Scepter in our possession and the first skill up to level 99. Little by little we are moving up on the chunk counter as well, and we'll continue next episode. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and I hope to see you all in the next one.